Welcome to Lords for highlights of this special Owzthat Ashes test in aid of our NHS heroes. Captains Michael Vaughan and Ricky Ponting leading the England and Australia teams of the 21st century. Let's have a look at those teams now. And the main news from the England camp was that Jimmy Anderson was injured in the warm-up, and that brought Jofra Archer into the side. What an array of talent on both sides. Let's get to the action.
Last ball is coming up. McGrath to Vaughan again. Edged. Has Glenn McGrath made the breakthrough here in the very first over? Let's have a look. Yes! Taken by Michael Clark. Smart catch at second slip. The England captain has to go for 7. Johnson, full, straight, and I think out. Off stump, uprooted. Johnson strikes. He has bowled Alistair Cook for 8. McGrath in again. 2. Ian Bell for his first delivery of this match. Bell pushes forward, edge to Gilchrist. Is Bell going to be out first ball here? He is! Golden duck for Ian Bell. Root on strike, last ball of the over, and he's clean bowled here, isn't he? He was shouldering arms, but that would nip back down the slope, and it has clipped his off stump. He is bowled. Root has to go as well. He only made 5. England are in dire straits here. 38 for 4. Top 4 batsmen all out. Peterson takes a step, launches McGrath into the pavilion. Peterson in full-blown attack mode now. Peterson pulling into the tavern stand for 6 pints. Thrilling batting. 100 up. KP's 50 up. Last ball. Glenn McGrath is into Peterson. Peterson launches again, but they've put the man back. Smith is at long off now. Can he take this steepling catch? He can. Peterson is out. Just when the tide was turning, England 109 for 5 and back in the mire. Peterson made 56. McGrath the tormentor in chief, as always, with 4 wickets. Stokes on the attack now. Cummins is into him. And he's charging and chipping into the leg side for 4 more. Short, wide, and he pummels this to the cover boundary. Brings up his 50. And he completes the over with a drive over deep extra cover for a wonderful 6. Ben Stokes is dragging England back into this contest. He has 58. Stewart 4. England 146 for 5. Vaughan in again to Alex Stewart. Stewart forward, and that has clipped Stewart's off stump. Bamboozled by the leg spinner. It pitched outside leg. It hit his off stump. The ball of this century, maybe. England are 152 for 6. Stewart gone for 10. Andrew Flintoff is the next man in for England. Vaughan is bowling to him now, and Flintoff launches him into the pavilion. A member catches the ball in his Panama hat. Well played, sir. Shall we dance again? Flintoff onto the floor. Smacks Vaughan into the Compton for 6. Vaughan back into Stokes, who sends this into orbit. You could put a Harlem Globetrotter on the fence and he wouldn't reach that. 6 runs. Flintoff puts away the sweep, brings out the shovel, battered away for 4. 289 for 6. Flintoff 96. Stokes 98. Can they get their hundreds? What a partnership this has been. Vaughan into Stokes. Comes down the track. Going for the big shot to Cow Corner. But he's missed that. Gilchrist has the bails off. Stokes has to go for 98. Stumped by Gilchrist. He's furious. Vaughan is delighted. Flintoff needs 4 for his 100. Murdered into the stands for 6. Turn up Andrew Flintoff. Drama in every Vaughan over. Stokes went for 98. Flintoff 102. England 314 for 7. McGrath looking for his 5th wicket, and I think he's got it here. That was arrow straight, too quick for Swan, and he is castled. Another 5-wicket haul for Glenn McGrath here at the home of cricket. One of the all-time greats for sure. Oh, Father Time, did you see that one? Marmalised for 6 more. Babushka! That's the biggest of the day. The crowd are on their feet. It's party time in St John's Wood. Flintoff moves to 154. England past 400. Cummins outside off. And the England innings is over here, I think. Broad has edged this one. And Vaughan has taken the catch at first slip. Broad goes for an entertaining 32. Archer, the man, not out for 12. England all out for 4-4-4.
A satisfactory total for England in the end. 444 was a long way off when England were 38 for 4. Flintoff, the darling of Lords, with his boisterous 160. Stokes fell agonisingly for 98. McGrath did the damage with the ball. Yet another 5-wicket haul for him here at Lords. And Australia's reply is next.
Langer has come out, all guns blazing here. But I think Stuart Broad has his man here. That's a beauty of a ball that comes in and clips his off stump, clean bowled. Langer has to go. He made 22 off that first over, but he's back in the hutch. Ricky Ponting, the new man. Broad to Ponting, on driven, past mid on, comfortable 2, raises the bat to acknowledge his 50. And he celebrates in style with another trademark languorous pull for 6. What batting from Ricky Ponting. Swan again. Ponting comes forward. Spins past the bat. Stewart has the bails off. Is he out of his ground? He is! He is stumped there. Swan strikes. Ponting goes for 74. Smith back on strike. And he swings Swan into the deep for another 6, and that brings up the Australia 200. Smith is across again. This time he perfects a shot. Peterson can't stop that one. That's 4. Smith is batting on another planet here. 66 already. Australia 231 for 2. Crowder up as Archer glides in for the last ball of the over. Here he comes now past the umpire, and that one has hit Steve Smith. He's down, but quickly up and running and gets his single. Smith leans on his bat, impassive. He has 76, Hayden 77. Australia 249 for 2. Archer, England desperate for a wicket here. Here comes Archer, fast, straight and gone. Archer has made a real mess of Hayden's wickets here. He has clean bowled him. Archer strikes. Can he lead? An England revival here. Hayden goes for 86. And a classical cover drive now for 4 more. Smith is up to 99. And there's his 100, tickling the straightest ball down to the third man boundary for 3. Smith 102 not out, batting like Bradman. Australia 310 for 3. And a cover drive brings him 4 more and is 150. He twirls his bat to the changing room. He's up to 153. Clark 45. Australia 380 for 3. Swan into Smith. Smith has a charge. He's missed it. The bails are off. Have they got Mr. Invincible? I think they might have here. They have indeed. He's been stumped by Stewart. Swan is mobbed. Smith finally dismissed for 153. Vaughan wants spin at both ends, so he brings on Joe Root. Into Clark again. Clark sachets down the wicket, and I think he's stumped here. Root does take the wicket. They're just double checking that everything was above board. It was. Clark shakes his head and walks off. Out for 72. How will Swan respond? Hussey is hit on the back leg. There's a huge appeal for LBW here, and it is given. Swan has another. Australia are 426 for 6. Is there a window of opportunity for England here? Last ball of the over. And Johnson slams it for a huge 6 over Swan's head. And with that blow, Australia take the lead. They are 446 for 6. And Peterson is a surprise choice to replace Joe Root. Vaughan trying everything. Into Gilchrist. 1 step, smashed over his head. Into the pavilion for 6. 500 up for Australia. Peterson. Gilchrist comes again. But he's out of his ground, I think, here, isn't he? Stewart has the bails off. They're asking the question. It's out! Gilchrist has to go just as he was coming to the boil. Gone for 45. Vaughan. Is he going to go for a big hoik here? He is. Is he bowled? No, I think he might be stumped here. More sharp work from Stewart. He is stumped. His 4th stumping of the innings. Vaughan has to go for 25. Side relief from Vaughan. But Australia are getting away here. They're 5-6-3 for 8. Cummins swings wildly again. Lucky for him, it lands kindly. The run 3. Broad miserable now. The carnage continues. 5.83 for 8. The freewheeling Johnson has 79. Cummins has 9. Johnson on strike, and he launches into a ball in the slot for a thunderous 4. He's a blow away from his 100, and there it is, down the ground for 6. Johnson has his 100, and there's the declaration.
Australia have taken a firm grip of this test match. They lead by 177 after that 621 for 8 declared. Steve Smith, who else, was the linchpin of the Australian innings. His 153 was masterful, Bradman-esque. But it was Mitchell Johnson who really rubbed England's nose in the dirt with his brutal, no-holds-barred century. England needs something akin to Brisbane in 2010. They were 221 behind on first innings then, but reached 500 for 1. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Can Cook lead another miraculous fight back?
McGrath now with that unmistakable run-up. And he has cleaned up Michael Vaughan here. Vaughan was playing down the wrong line, and he has been clean bowled. The England captain is on his bike. McGrath adds yet another wicket to his Lord's booty. Cook to face McGrath. McGrath wraps it on the pad. The Aussie team has one her up. Does he have the prize wicket of Owzthat Cook? He does. The umpire's finger goes up. Cook looks at Bell and trudges off. That's a huge blow for England. Bell more composed as he cover drives for 4. But McGrath, does he have another one here? Bell drives and edges to Warne. Warne has taken the catch. Joy unbounded for the Aussies. England are 77 for 3 and still 100 behind. Time for some leg spin. It's Steve Smith. Smith gives it some air. Root comes down. Big spin. Root is stranded. Gilchrist has the bails off. Is he out? He is! Inspired bowling change from Ricky Ponting. England are 145 for 4 and still 32 behind. Root out for 40. Short again from Warne, and Peterson cracks into the off for 4 now. He's up to 47. 1 blow away. And he's launched another one down the ground, short of the rope. 3 runs, and that's his 50. Warne to Peterson, and that's driven. Excellent placement for 4. 179 for 4. They're 2 ahead. It's a start. Warne into Peterson now, who prods forward. It spins past his bat. Gilchrist removes the bails with Peterson teetering on the edge of the crease. They're asking the question. He's stumped by a matter of millimetres. Peterson has to go for an entertaining 60. Warne is into Stewart again. Stewart sweeps now. Top edge, straight in the air. And Clark is at leg slip to take the catch. He has taken that catch, yes. England are 209 for 6 and sinking fast here. Stewart gone for 8. Warne with a wrong one. Flintoff back into the leg side, sets off. Peterson sends him back. Throw comes in. That's a direct hit. Flintoff is sprawled on the floor. What does the video show? He's made his ground. Not out. Flintoff grins and picks himself up and dusts himself down and plants Warne into row Z. The ringmaster is back. Stokes climbs into a Johnson delivery for 4. The lead is over 100 now. Stokes takes a step, powers his hind to the stand. The Cookie Monster takes the catch. It's 6. A savage pull over mid-wicket now brings him 6 more. Stokes dominated now in thrilling fashion. 297 for 6. McGrath in. Flintoff takes an almighty swing and it's flying down to Johnson at third man. Johnson steadies himself and he takes that catch. Flintoff goes for 49. It's 330 for 7. Swan is the new man, but they cross, so Stokes is back on strike. McGrath to him, and Stokes is helping himself to 2 into leg. 2 more for his 100. Can he get there from this ball? He can! He bludgeons it for 6, arms aloft, the applause rings out. Johnson steaming into Swan. Swan goes to the big drive, nips back, and what's happened here? He's lost his middle stump. Swan goes for 9 with a lead only 185. Precarious position for England. Cummins picking up the pace here. Into Ben Stokes. He's short, but Stokes is onto that and hooking for 6. Another great shot from Ben Stokes. Seeing it so well now. And the next ball gets the treatment too. 4 more to the cover boundary and the 400's up. Stokes has been kept off the strike, but he makes up for lost time with an uppercut 6 and is 150. The helmet is off. He kisses the badge and the applause rings out from this Lord's crowd. This one is pitched up and sent back from whence it came. Raining 6s from Stokes' flashing blade. And the 500 is up. Vaughan. Stokes gets down on one knee and drags it into the leg side for 4. He has really taken hold of this game. He moves to 175. Archer on the pull again. He goes higher. The crowd need to be on their toes here. That's 6 again. And now the young Tyro smacks this high into the Compton for 6 and his maiden test 50. The lead grows to 369. McGrath to Stokes. And Stokes' first photo once again. He uppercuts with some power for 6. Last ball of the over. He pulls it for 3. He goes to 191. 584 for 9. The lead past 400 in that over. Johnson gets one to swing away. Archer pushes. And is caught by Gilchrist, is he? The umpire's finger goes up. And Australia have finally ended this England innings on 597. Archer made a barnstorm in 86. Stokes not out for a sensational 196.
What an incredible turnaround from England, led by the brilliance of Ben Stokes with his stunning 196 not out. He led 100-plus partnerships with Flintoff, Broad and Archer. The 10th wicket partnership with Archer was worth 134 and the highest of the innings. Archer, last man to fall for a swashbuckling 86. So the upshot of all of that is that Australia will need 421 to win this Owzthat Ashes Test in aid of the NHS. It would be a record run chase. Let's see how they go.
Broad round the wicket to the left-hander. This one nips back, inside edge, off stump is down. Broad, I think, has bowled Justin Langer here. He has. England are cock-a-hoop. A wicket in the first over. Langer goes for 3. Pontin is the new man. Broad bowling to him now, and Pontin immediately shows off his favoured pull for 4. Great shot to get off the mark. But he won't be shown any more today. Pontin edges to Cook at slip, who juggles and takes. The Australian captain has to go. The crowd are on their feet. Pontin is out for 4 in the first over. Australia are 10 for 2, chasing what would be a record score of 4-2-1. Broad trying everything. He is short now, and Smith torpedoes it over a deep square leg for 6. Another blistering over. Smith picking up where he left off in the first innings. 66 for 2. Broad has got Smith. He's finally missed a stray one here. Middle stop out of the ground. No! Broad has overstepped. He looks to the heavens. Smith has a life, and he pushes past point now for 2. Smith off the hook and on the hook. Mighty blow for 6. 50 for him. 100 for Australia. Time for Graham Swan. Smith treats this with utter disdain. Pull for 6 into the tavern. 97 now for Smith. He skips and sends this sweetly back to the tavern for 6. His second 100 of the match. Hayden goes again. He's edged this one, but Cook puts it down. They run 1. No luck for Flintoff. They only need another 218. Does Vaughan still believe? This one is too short. Guess what? Smith pulls into the tavern for 6 more. That's his 150. England need a white flag here. They don't know what to do. Smith fires this through the covers. 4 more. Roots, last ball. Smith comes down to cart him. Scoots past his inside edge. Stewart gathers. Swipes right. And the bails are off. He's stumped. Smith has finally fallen on his sword for a scintillating 160. 2-4-3 for 3. Smith and Hayden's partnership was worth 235. Swan into Hayden. Breathless stuff. Hayden leans forward to defend. Spins past him. Stewart has the bails off again. What is going on? It's stumped again. This is incredible. England have 2 in 2. Hayden goes for 75. Clark goes downtown with a clean hit towards the media centre. 6 again. And the 300 is up. Australia 309 for 4. Stokes again. Magic needed. I think he's found some. He finds some reverse swing here, and Clark has lost his off stump. Australia are 5 down for 309. Has the pendulum swung again? Clark made 42. Archer round the wicket, angling in, delivering a cannonball. That has demolished Hussey's middle stump. What a ball. Hussey clean bowled and has to go for 56. Still 60 needed. England need 3 wickets. Flintoff pounds in, around the wicket to Gilchrist, wraps the pad, Stewart up, slips up, Freddie roars at the umpire. Ow! It's leg before. Flintoff is mobbed. He's found a way through. 3 more wickets for England. 93 miles per hour that last ball, and this one has been in for pace. Comes back in, Archer on his knees asking for the decision. The crowd are up on his behalf. The umpire says yes. Archer the man for the big occasion. He takes the wicket. Warne is out for 3. Archer in again. Johnson uppercutting for 6. 400 up for Australia, and a big booming drive now for 3. 407 for 8. 14 to win, 13 the tie. Flintoff shrugs. He comes again. Cummins is leaving. It's nipped in and crashed into his right pad. There's no shot played there. Flintoff roars his appeal. Then roars in delight when the finger goes up. 1 wicket away from a remarkable win. McGrath is the next man. He has to get off the strike, surely. Here comes Flintoff to him. Instead, he top edges one for 6. 6 away for the Aussies. Flintoff to McGrath. Here he comes now, past the umpire. McGrath has to play. Edges again for another 4. They only need 2 to win. But he can't keep this one out. Flintoff has fired it in full. McGrath has played around it. Middle stump. Cartwheeling. It's clean bowled. England have won by a run.
Where to start with that one? Drama and tension that only Test match cricket can bring. The bare stats are that England won this Owzthat Ashes Test by a run. The smallest margin of victory in an Ashes Test, beating England's 2-run margin at Edgbaston in 2005. But that doesn't even begin to describe the events that unfolded at Lord's today. When Broad took 2 wickets in the opening over, Australia were 8 for 2, and the winning line was fading into the distance. That reckoned without the amazing batsmanship of Steve Smith, the eternal centurion. He put on 235 for the 3rd wicket with Hayden. When Smith fell, the score was 243 for 3, and Australia needed 178 more runs to win. They were probably slight favourites at that stage. But when Hayden fell to the first ball of the next over, the game was in the balance. But the runs kept flowing, and at 361 for 5, Australia were firmly in the box seats again. Then came the Archer and Flintoff show. They took 5 wickets between them in 4 overs, including 2 for Flintoff in that nail-endangering final over to deny Australia. Cometh the hour, cometh the Flintoff. In that final over, he had Cummins caught by Ian Bell at short leg, only for the umpire to signal no ball. Rather than bemoan his bad luck, he turned to his mark, roared in again and had Cummins LBW. Only 1 wicket to go and still 12 runs needed. And yet there was to be a further twist. McGrath somehow managed to hit 10 off the next 2 balls to leave Australia needing 1 to tie and 2 to win. But this was Flintoff's stage, and the next ball saw McGrath bereft of his middle stump. One of the great Test matches had its fitting ending. England had won by a run.